Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Wednesday, March 25th, 2015. I'm your presenter for this evening, Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Vance Amory, says, as Federal Minister of Nevis Affairs, it will perhaps be easier to deal with issues in the Electoral Office. The Electoral Office has been closed since the February 16th general elections.
All of us should be aware over the last 8 or so years, we've had untold difficulties with the Electoral Office here in Nevis and also with the electoral system in both St. Kitts and Nevis. It is the intention of the new government to address these matters very seriously. I think we cannot continue as we have gone over the past 10 years, where the Electoral Office seems to have been an instrument of undermining our democratic system. And it is important that we examine and evaluate what has happened in the electoral offices, both in St. Kitts and Nevis, and to so provide our people with a clear indication of what the electoral system should be.
Premier Amory spoke to the first step the federal government has taken to deal with the issues.
The federal government has contracted two very experienced persons from overseas to look at the operations of the electoral system, see what has gone wrong, see where there have been irregularities, and find or recommend ways in addressing those irregularities so that we have a system which is transparent, which serves the people, and one in which the officers who work in those offices, that they see themselves as being servants of the people and not trying to dictate what transpires and to act in accordance with the law which governs elections, the law which governs the registration of electors for the voters list, so that we can be assured that whenever we have an election, that what is happening in the offices are beyond criticism, and that on the day of election we can have fair elections and elections which are free from fear.
The Premier also explained why the Nevis Electoral Office has remained closed.
The reason for its closure was so that we did not have anyone going into that office to contaminate what was there. I want to advise that, having discussed with the Prime Minister and the other members of Cabinet on the federal government, that the Electoral Office in Nevis will be reopened on the 1st of April, that is next Wednesday. At that time we shall have a new management person who will run that office. We shall seek to hire people who are people of integrity and people who will perform their duties efficiently and professionally, and that anyone who goes into that office hitherto or from thence on, that they can know that provided their credentials are in order, that they will be registered to vote and that there will be no undue pressure placed on them, and that we will not be having the level of complaints that we've had over the past.
The government will also be taking a look at the registration officers.
The registration officers who are responsible for ascertaining that those who have registered at the electoral offices, that their registration is in order, that they have registered in accordance with the law which governs the registration and the elections in St. Kitts and Nevis, and that all that is done in a manner which facilitates the process rather than creating problems for people, and to eliminate the whole contentious atmosphere which we have experienced over the last almost 10 years. And to eliminate also the matter of court hearings, because this is a small country, a small community. And I think everyone in a community knows who lives in that community. And therefore, we should be able to have a system established which meets with all of the criteria of the provisions of the law, so that we do not have the kind of contention which we've had over the past 3 or 4 elections.
Premier of Nevis and Federal Minister of Nevis Affairs, the Honourable Vance Amory. The 21st Annual Agriculture Open Day is scheduled to take place tomorrow, Thursday 25th, and Friday 26th March at the Villa Grounds in Charlestown. The theme for this year is Strengthening the Drive Towards Food Security. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Eric Evelyn, today visited the Villa Grounds where preparations are ongoing. He said this year the focus will be on food preparation, and as such, patrons of the Open Day would see a number of food preparation demonstrations.
On Thursday, we'll be having at 1 o'clock, we have a mango stuffed red snapper with sweet chili mango salsa. That will be done by Chef Lynn Williams. At 2 o'clock, we have Chef Mike Henville. He'll be doing a beef rollade. And then at 3:30, we have Chef Llewellyn Clark, breadfruit dish using breadfruit flour and fresh breadfruit. Then at 4:30, we have cheese making. Yes, cheese making. And that will be done by a representative who is coming from the University of the West Indies in Trinidad. And then at 5:30, we have Chef Sylvester Wallace. He'll be doing various salad dressings using herb and vegetables. And then on Friday, we have food sampling. We also have food preparation demonstration from Chef Stefan Tormont of Montpelier. That will be at 12 noon. Pumpkin puree, pan-seared scallops with apple vanilla chutney, and Italian speck crisp. Then at 2 p.m. we have the Health Promotions Unit and Chef Mike Henville with a healthy tortilla chicken wrap. Then at 4 o'clock there is Chef Sylvester Wallace again, stewed carambola or staple with white rice and vegetables. Then at 5 o'clock we have the One Love Rastafari movement. We'll be doing sweet potato and chickpea patties and barbecue delight with vegetables.
The opening ceremony would begin at 9 a.m. and Evelyn is asking booth owners to set up as early as possible. Security personnel will be at the Villa Grounds this evening for persons who want to set up prior to tomorrow's start. Parking will be available on the hill at the El Camino T. Willett Park, and he urged persons to refrain from driving into the villa unless they must. Evelyn also spoke about the entertainment that would be available for the event.
In terms of our entertainment, we usually have some performances from the school groups. That will be taking place again. We have hi-fi music on both days, and then on Friday afternoon, we're going to be having Tebulous as well as the Odyssey Band right after Tebulous. So we're looking forward to seeing you. On Friday, we go down until 9 p.m., and so we're looking forward to seeing you.
That was Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Eric Evelyn, speaking about the 21st edition of the Agriculture Open Day. Coming up after the break, Agenda Affairs showcases Nivision businesswomen. Stay tuned.
Taxes are the lifeblood of a nation. Feel good about what your tax dollars do in Nevis. As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars support caring for the elderly. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. Deputy Premier, the Honorable Mark Brantley, says government, non-governmental organizations, individuals, and cancer survivors should work together to educate the public and do the things that can prevent others from getting the disease and provide the necessary support to persons who do. The health minister was among those who supported Friday's Celebrating Life fundraising cocktail organized by the Nevis Maternal Health Fund to celebrate cancer survivors and persons who lost a loved one to the disease.
Just by being here, you're lending your support to a very worthy cause and a very worthy endeavor. And so, for those who have organized this, I congratulate you again. It is my hope and my desire that this is not a one-off event, but this is an ongoing effort. I want to thank you for the work that you've been doing in educating our public, and it is my hope that we continue to be there for each other, working together, being each other's keeper, brother's keeper, sister's keeper, providing the necessary support, and ultimately, hopefully, providing the necessary triumph over cancer. Thank you for having me, and whatever we can do as a government to help, to assist in any way, we are prepared to do so. And for those of you who are here today, I ask you and encourage you to do exactly what this ceremony is intended to do, to celebrate life.
Cancer survivor Dr. Jessica Bardales SEN is the president of the Nevis Maternal Health Fund.
In spite of all that has happened to us, what is happening, and what is still to come, there are still blessings all around us. Some have lost a dear friend, a loving wife or husband, a child, a mother. Please, smile at the beautiful memories and live. We're alive. There are not any more minutes to lose. Brothers, sisters, life is so short. Let's live each day as if it's the last. Let's celebrate together, today and tomorrow, the blessing of life.
She also gave a touching tribute to Gingerland resident and outstanding female cricketer Rubilette Chapman, who lost her battle with cancer about 2 weeks ago.
One evening, I was driving with a unique person. While the effects of the strongest painkiller was entering her body, we decided to stop and enjoy a sunset. I could only imagine the high level of pain she was dealing with, as the cancer had spread to almost all her organs. While the sun was still up, I saw her beautiful smile and hear her saying, "Life is so good, Jess. I'm thankful. Let's enjoy this moment."
Friday's cocktail also included a symbolic cake cutting ceremony. The event was chaired by cancer survivor and member of the Nevis Maternal Health Fund, Cindy Freeman, and received remarks from a number of other cancer survivors as well as tributes from family members of cancer patients. The Gender Affairs Division in the Ministry of Social Development on Friday, March 20th, hosted its first trade show in observance of International Women's Day, which was celebrated on March 8th under the theme Make It Happen. The trade show commenced with a brief opening ceremony, during which coordinator in the Gender Affairs Division, Lauren Archibald, listed the reasons for coordinating the event.
To continue to make it happen, we have invited some women who own and operate small businesses here in Nevis to come and show off their products and services that they offer. This activity thus gives women an opportunity to 1. Connect with each other, 2. Introduce their products and services to potential customers, 3. Introduce their business name to potential customers, 4. Promote their business, 5. Get sales on their products or getting appointments for their services, and 6. Encourage other women to get ideas and to make it happen for themselves.
Also present was Junior Minister in the Ministry of Social Development, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams.
It is the first time that we are doing something of this nature, and I would like to congratulate the organizers for putting this mini trade fair together. I am hoping and I am suggesting as well that this trade fair form a permanent part of the celebrations for Women Month as of this year. Today is only the start of a bigger thing to come. And so for those of you who are present today, I say congratulations on making it happen, and do continue to strive to promote yourselves and your small businesses so that they can become integral part of the economic structure of Nevis.
The trade show featured the work of a number of local women, namely Esther Brooks for art, clothing and textiles, Mauricia Claxton, and Yvonne Rogers for arts and crafts, the social services single parents group for pastries, Andrea Moore for cake decorating and delicacies, Alvis Dyer and Claristine Pickering for preservatives, Carrie Liebert for hair braiding, Marva Paris Roberts for souvenirs and t-shirt printing, Autris Morton, represented by Ruth Morton for her lipstick line, and Wanda Maycock, yoga instructor. The invocation was done by Rhonda Williams, while the national anthem was rendered by Janice Nesbitt. Gender Affairs Officer Shelley Liebert chaired the ceremony. And finally,
the Department of Youth and Sports stand ready to partner with you, Miss Diana and Lestrade, in whatever performance you are hoping to put on in the near future. We stand ready to partner with you. On behalf of the Ministry of Social Development, the Department of Youth and Sports, and the Nevis Island Administration, I say congratulations and I wish you every success in your future endeavors.
That was Junior Minister in the Ministry of Social Development, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, committing the ministry's support and congratulating the Shekinah Dance Theatre's founders, Tamesia Lestrade and Diana Pemberton, at the launch of their dance studio. The Shekinah Dance Theatre launched its studio on Thursday, March 12th at Quaddock Road with an opening ceremony which saw various dance and song tributes from members and supporters of the group. Lestrade and Pemberton distributed certificates of appreciation to Anthony Nesbitt and his team for the renovations done on the studio, Von Rika Dickinson for the donation of the ballet bars, TDC for donating the mirrors, and Sorry Paving and Aggregates for their monetary contribution. Lestrade and Pemberton gave brief remarks and then cut the ribbon, along with Minister Brandy Williams and dance instructors and students of the Shekinah Dance Group, to officially open the doors of the studio.
Today, we see the realization of a dream that took 7 years to come to fruition. We believe that this is the start of our new season, 7 years being the year of completion, and number 8 being our new beginning.
Among those attending the opening ceremony was Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amory. Parent Nicole Lawrence delivered the vote of thanks, while Pastor Ron Daniel blessed the building. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. Good night.